Welcome to Magic to Millions,
We document this guy's journey
where I take this stuff.
and turn it into this stuff.
Oh boy, guys, we have a fun one today. Modern Magic, right? I have a weird philosophy buying Modern Magic. There's three things that I evaluate. I evaluate the chase factor, the funness to open, and then the general power level / appeal of the set itself, right? So, Aftermath, the last set that I bought Modern of was Phyrexian 1. I bought the complete bundles. They're floating somewhere. Here we go. You can see complete bundles. I still have some. I have a random set box somewhere. I don't know. Oh, here it is. Right back up there. You can kind of see it up here. Yeah. Whoop. Little set box of 1. It was a really good set. It had Elish Norn. It had plenty of good lands in the complete bundles. The oil slick foiling. The treatment was unique. The chase was great. The completed thing was just it had the juice. The next set, it was okay. I didn't buy it. I think it was March of the Machines. And then this current set, Aftermath. I think it's Aftermath. Yeah, it's Aftermath, I'm pretty sure. This set was an absolute cluster, right? They decided to completely change the orientation and allotment in the box, right? So there's more uncommons, 1 rare, there's no commons, the junk is all gone, the chafe is all gone. They tried to broadcast it as this super awesome idea. By doing that, the draft boxes are effectively worthless. I think they will do well long term eventually, because the rare slot in that set is very, very good. I think the set's been underprinted to handle less demand. So I think if you can buy draft anywhere in the I'll even go in the 30 range, the 40 range, that's gonna be a good buy price in my opinion. Because now, think about it, right? You're basically buying the rares in the box for $1 to $2 each. You're buying the uncommon for bulk, and you just free roll it. That's kind of what you're looking for at that point. The collector boxes, I think, are severely undervalued, right? They're still the same standard 12-card packs. They have crap loads of uncommons, crap loads of rares. There's 12 cards. I think it's a 6-card collector pack, but it's like 5 rares or above and then 1 land or something like that. It's something goofy. Those, I think, are going to age stupid well. And I'm not going to lie, looking at them at $135, $145 a box, I'm kind of tempted to buy a bunch of them. I stayed away from them at the distro pricing. I got offered from distro that we buy through at, I think it was $189 or $199 shipped, something like that. And because of what I mentioned above earlier, the chase feel wasn't there. The playability feel, it's okay. It's a decently powered set. It's nothing overpowered or oh my god, everyone has to have these 4 cards. But it's an okay set for what it is. It's just the distribution and the allotment of how they packaged it was terrible. So it's a very coin flippy set, but I think long term, I don't even think you need 2 years. I think in a year and a half to a year, you'll see those boxes go back up over $200. You'll see them chill and stabilize. You'll see the singles prices stabilize, and depending on how short printed they did it, this could happen a lot quicker or a lot slower. If they printed the same volume as they did 1, or they're going to do Lord of the Rings or one of the other bigger sets, we're looking at that 2 to 3 year recovery range probably, just because if I can go buy a collector's box for $135 or $145 and open up almost 100, or what is it, almost 60 rares in a single box, and that's where all the value is, that's going to condense the singles markets down very quickly, because someone like me can go in and open up 30, 40, 50, or 100 boxes if they can find them from one seller, crack them all, sell the singles, and just blow through and just tank the rare prices down. The old system on the collector's boxes, you're getting 2 to 4 rares maybe, plus the mythics, plus your uncommons. So there's a lot more chafe in there, so there's a lot more variance to what you're pulling, and the values spread out a lot more because of that. So now, like, instead of it being in this little tiny little niche, you have a much bigger area that your value's in. So those sets tend to recover a little bit quicker because, you know, your uncommons get expensive, your rares get expensive, your bulk crap gets more expensive, your bulk foils go up because people are like, you know, they want to put the foils, so the bulk foils go up. And there's just more stuff to get distributed throughout the set. So if they printed 100,000 Aftermath boxes and 200,000 one collector's boxes, the one collector's box print run is actually smaller because of the distribution and stuff, right? It's just... you have to be careful when you're looking at those, and that was the original reason why I didn't buy this particular set, is just because of the way they set up the distribution on the actual quantity of cards, and it ended up burning them really, really bad in the draft boxes, which I think are in the 50s right now, maybe 60s. I know they're getting kind of pounded. Also, my buddy uses graded cards as a coaster. Brilliant. Shout out to you, Saint. That's although, to be fair, the cards he uses are a bit more of a flex than mine. He uses alpha rares, but, you know, I respect it. I'll use my my bubes, though. But yeah, it's, you know, it's one of those things where I think the set will age well. There's certain sets where I just don't want to hold on to long term. I think that's one of them that I'm seriously considering buying some of, because, I mean, at the price point of like $135, $145 a box for the collector's cases, it doesn't make sense. It seems too cheap. It's a lot of panic selling going on. You know, I think Rudy was talking about it on his channel as well. The sell-through rate's really strong, which is nice. Usually it drops off by now, but it's still moving, which is good. You know, and I'll keep an eye on it for a couple more weeks to see, like, okay, can I keep on this? Like, will it stay this... if the throughput stays this high, then sure, I'll probably buy some pretty quick. You know, and then I'll prioritize it accordingly. But if the sell-through starts to go down and the price stays pretty flat, you know, I'll probably be looking to acquire some maybe in like June or July, once things kind of calm down a little bit more. You know, buy 6, 7, 8, 10 boxes here and there, pick them up a little bit, throw them on the shelf, wait, and then just kind of see how that ages and go with it that way. But, you know, this is a really good example of don't FOMO, right? People were like super hyped about the set on pre-order. It was going to be so awesome with all the chafe gone. There's going to be so many more rares. Oh my god, it's going to be so good. And a bunch of people bought in, and then everyone realized, oh crap. Yeah, we don't need this much. So be careful. I'm actually probably not buying Lord of the Rings now, honestly, because, you know, we have the same problem now. It's that FOMO spiked it so hard. It was up over 500 a box, and it was just so juicy. And I would have dead ass ordered 40k right then and there from distro if it was available, but it wasn't. It was just WotC selling it through Amazon and their price spiking, and then TCG Player getting some pre-orders in and that price spiking, and now the collector box is down like 360 bucks. We got an order issued out from distro at 298, I think, for the collector boxes, or 305, something like that. I'm not a dingo, but if I sell it for 355, I take a 14% hit in fees, call it $45. I then have to ship it, pay for the box, which is another $3 to $4, call it $4. So now I'm at $50. So if I deploy enough to buy 100 boxes of this, which is what I was originally looking at doing, that is $30,000, and I'm gonna make, oh, what was it? What did I just say? So $50 in fees. So I'm gonna make $5 a box. So for me to deploy $30,000 plus to make 500 is atrocious. Like, my rate of return on that is so bad. And you're like, oh, but dude, it's a free $500. Like, why don't you do it? No, it's not a free $500. I have to tie that money up for 30 to 90 days, sell it, deal with people buying my stuff online, possible refunds, damage complaints, etc. for $500. Or I could just go buy a bunch of dual lands at buy list prices and make like $4 or $5 grand for the same amount of risk. So it just doesn't make sense. So I'm just I'm not buying that set anymore. I think the One Ring will do well. I think the set will age extremely well. I think if the One Ring gets pulled early, it's going to do a Aftermath and just tank in price because everyone's going to be like, oh crap, dump. And I will look at buying then. So if this pulls an Aftermath and they pull a bunch of the One Ring early and the elf rings get pulled and the dwarf rings and the human rings and like it just blows through quickly, I'll pick it up at $250, $200 a box. I think that'll be a good price point because I mean anytime you start seeing Magic product at 30 to 40% below distro pricing, it kind of turns into a no-brainer to buy, right? Magic is so big, it's not going to go away. Modern is always going to be a thing. People are always going to want Lord of the Rings. They're always going to want Aftermath cards. These cards are never going to go away forever. They're going to reprint them and bring them back into cycles because that's what they do. And it's a no-brainer to not pick stuff up when you can get it below distribution cost. Like, as a store, they can't even do that. So the guys that are selling it below distribution costs are literally paying the distro to lose money at that point. So it's just like a no-brainer. That's why I'm looking at Aftermath. That's why I'll watch Lord of the Rings the same way. But yeah, it's kind of just like a little modern Magic update for you guys. Some of the modern sets on Magic are doing great. One's holding stable. Bro's holding stable. I think even Mom is holding stable for the most part. Like it's just Aftermath, the little weird subset they did because it was one Mom and then the third one, and the third one's the one not doing so hot. I think it's the official dead set of the year. And we'll see how Commander Wreck Your Wallet does and Lord of the Rings, but I think those sets will do really, really well. I did buy some Hasbro shares, not gonna lie. Probably gonna buy some Hasbro options too for their earnings, not gonna lie. I think it'll be a good surprise for everyone. But yeah, guys, with that note though, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, and thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys, and maybe I'll have a haircut finally. Who knows? We'll see. Also, here's my ceiling.